Hi everyone. Hope you are safe and healthy during this COVID-19 times. So I think most of us are working from home, and if you're a college student, you are basically working from. You're not going to college, so you have an ample amount of time to invest in something, so which could be useful to your career. So if you talk about tech interviews, I mean data structure algorithm is one area where most of the interviews are like concentrated upon. So I have I thought of creating a series of videos up, how you should approach the data structure and algorithms question, and uh, how you should basically what should be your thought process and how you should code while solving the data structure algorithm questions. So there are two things which you have to basically have in your mind. Is one is how you approach the question and give your thought process to the interviewer, and secondly how clean you can write the solution. Okay, so let's start with the question. So it's a fairly simple question from the lead code. So what you are given is you are given an array of integers and you are given a target. So what you have to do is you have to return the indices of two elements which whose sum is equal to this target. For example, in this question, it is 2 plus 7, which is equal to the target 9. So there are multiple things you should observe. First is there can be multiple solutions, right? But in the question itself, it is given it will exactly have one solution. So this somehow solves your problem or make it a little bit easier. Second is when you see such array question, you should think of whether the array is sorted. So in the given question, the example it is sorted, but nowhere in the problem statement it is given that it is sorted. So it may be sorted, it may not be sorted. So yeah, that is the second observation we have. Now, since it is not sorted, uh, you can't do binary search and other things in the array, right? So like if you're not able to think much, you should first think of what is a brute force solution. So if you see brute force solution is nothing but you just do a two for loops, for example, like this, where in the first for loop you will iterate from the first the last element, and the second for loop you would basically iterate from the second element to the last element, and whenever you get you would basically doing a of I plus a of j equal target, which is fairly simple, right? But you don't really want this, right? Because this is, if you see the complexity, it would be coming as O of n square. So let's think of a solution which is more optimized, right? So if you want to reduce the time complexity and you're not really uh, able to think much, you should have an idea that you need to somehow introduce in space complexity. So here, what if I use a hash map, right? If I use a hash map and store the exact indexes of the values, then if I do a pass, what I can do is for that particular element, let's say for if I'm at 2, I could search if there is 7 in the hash map. If there is, like, how would I come to 7? So 2 is our base element which is in the array while which we are iterating, and 9 is our target. So basically we need 7. If there is 7 present in the hash map, we are basically found our solution. And how we'll get the index of 7, which is we have already stored in the hash map, right? So this way we can just find a solution in just one pass of the array, which is complexity of on. So maybe if you're not able to get the solution right till now, you can just see how I write the code and you'll be basically knowing the solution. So my output is the integer array, which is of size 2. So it would be, let's first create that. and I need an hash map to store the indexes. So it would be of integer. I am using the Java language to code. You can use any language whichever you are comfortable in, because in the tech interviews nobody is interested in which language you are using. They're basically interested in how you are coding. So what you're doing, we're just looping for uh, the array. So these are some function you should know. So nums dot length will basically give you the length of the array. uh, okay, so what we'll do is first we'll find what is the complement of the current iteration number, right? So int complement is equal to target minus a of I, or nums of I. Okay, so if complement is present in the hash map already, basically we have found our solution. So for this example, if we are iterating for 2, our complement would be 7. And if we see if 7 is already there, it means we've already found our solution. So if, uh, so this is map, hash map. So if hash map dot get complement not equal to null, in that case, you have basically found your solution. What if you're not able to find your complement, right? So in that case, you'll just put map dot put value, which is nums of I, and the index, which is I, right? And you basically return the output. Okay, so when you find the solution, let's populate the output, right? So output of the 0th element would be hm dot get the complement, because this is the index which would be coming first. So for example, when you're iterating over this array, you'll first encounter 2. Till this time my hash map is empty, right? So in the first pass, this would be null, so it would come here and it would put some in hash map something like 2 comma 0, right? This is 2 comma 0. So 2 is my element value and 0 is the index, right? So okay, and the next time when my I is 1, it is basically iterating over 7, so my complement is 2. Now 2 is already there in the hash map, right? So basically you have already found your solution. So the first element of the output should be the first index which is coming, so that would be the already present in the hash map. And the second one is something which is you have just found, which is equal to I, right? So here you have found your solution, so you can just basically break it. You can just break the for loop and you can just return the output. Let's just run the code and see if it's okay. Oh, there is some problem. Reached end of the line. So this is okay. This is okay. Okay, so we are just missing one curly braces. Okay, so based on this input, um, the expected output and our output is basically matching. So let me submit the solution. So if you see, my solution is accepted, right? So this is the approach you should follow while solving the problem. So you first think of a brute force solution, then you're thinking of how you optimize your solution. And especially in your arrays, right? First you should think whether the array is sorted. If it is not sorted, you should think of introducing some hash map or some other data structure to optimize the time complexity. So I hope you would like this video. I would going ahead, I would create videos for more questions. So if you really like the video, please subscribe to my channel. It gives me a lot of motivation if you do so. And please put in your comment box, did you really like the video and what are the topics you want to cover in going ahead. Thank you. Have a nice day.